Got some hot tea. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Monica in Mono, and in this video I will be talking about Molchat Doma's album Monument. This is part 3 of this kind of a Molchat Doma trilogy that I'm doing to start off the channel, so go ahead and check out my other 2 reviews for this band if you would like, but let's go ahead and get into it. So for those of you who don't know, Molchat Doma is currently one of the most recognized bearers of the post-punk and new wave sound due to the success of their second album Floor and its appeal to the dystopian and nihilistic doomer aesthetic. And now Monument is the band's follow-up album and first new release after signing on to Sacred Bones Records. And upon listening to this album, you definitely get the sense that the band is wanting to expand some of their horizons by elaborating on adjacent genres like synth pop and just a more general 80s alternative sound. And while some would think this as a risk for the band, considering the reasons for their early recognition in the scene, I think the risks taken on this album pay off really well. I think they complement the better production and mixing on this album, and I think they complement the band's improvements with song progression and guitar work while gesturing at the sonic atmospheres from their previous work. The album starts off with Drown, a synth pop track with a cinematic intro and a post-apocalyptic synth. It's almost as if the sun is rising for the first time since the end of the world. It is then countered by this bright and very danceable synth, because why wouldn't you dance after the apocalypse, you know? This is one of the band's longest songs, but it does keep your interest with the catchy synth line and vocal melodies, so those two are definitely what is carrying the song. I coincidentally hold the same opinion for the track Deleted Your Number, which also has a good synth hook, good vocal melodies. The vocals on this track are velvety smooth. The synth is ethereal and uplifting. These two elements just really help guide you through the song seamlessly, and I do get really big vibes from the vocals. I kind of feel that way about most of the vocals on this record, but in this track in particular, just the way the melody is written really complements the vocal style that Igor is going for on here. And you know, the band keeps coming out with good synths and good melodies, especially on the track Discoteque, which, as you can probably tell, is a fast-paced synth pop dance track. The metallic drum choices, uplifting synths, and even the vocal melodies in this song feel super reminiscent of Depeche Mode's pre-Violator work. We also get some interesting vocal effects in the bridge, along with a little whimsical synth solo. Another track that definitely stands out due to its stylistic choices would be the track Doomed, which pretty much is labeled as the band's most Smith-like song. You hear it right away from the guitar intro, which then leads to a staccato guitar melody. There is this great dichotomy in the vocals where Igor switches from staccato to more legato as he gives us his best Morrissey impersonation. The track closes off with this dreamy guitar work as Igor belts what I believe translates to "I am doomed." When I read that, it was a little corny, but I do think it suits the style of the track, which overall is just super cohesive and well written instrumentally. Stars is another track where the guitar and vocals play off of each other very well. This results in good dynamics and progression. We get calm sections where the guitar accentuates the vocals very well, and then we get more urgent sections with just faster singing and playing. Its bright and airy guitar tone, in addition to the upbeat drums and steady bass, results in a very forlorn atmosphere. And the band doesn't skimp out on the vocal performance on this track either. Like in other tracks, we also get an outro defined by delicate guitars and cathartic vocals. I can definitely understand the appeal of listening to this song through a more familiar lens, which is what I believe the old version accomplishes, but as I stated, I do believe the production and mixing helped emphasize the strides that were made on this record, like in the track Not Funny, which is a very clean and modern post-punk track with a lot of personality that is heavily driven by rapid drums. This track is very dynamic thanks to its cohesive bass and guitar work that play off of each other very well when the mix is calm, which provided space for the vocals, which are sassy and match well with the confrontational lyrics. This leads to an outro with a frenzy of screaming vocals echoing in reverb around the rest of the instrumentation, which was pretty interesting. Leningradskiy Blues is another track that shares kind of this similar animated style of energy due to its dynamic vocals and guitar tone that I can only describe sounding kind of like a cartoon mosquito sound effect. But overall, the track worked out pretty well. The only problem I had with it was that it felt a little underdeveloped. This was also the case for me for the track To Love and To Execute, which was just overall forgettable and anticlimactic. The melodies felt a little underdeveloped. However, there is one track that reassures that the band can still write a good song while returning to its darker roots, and that would be No Answer, which is probably the band's most Cure-like song to date instrumentally. The guitar tone and bass line sounds like something that could fit in with the Faith album or 17 Seconds. The vocals are slightly understated but passionate. The lyrics on this album also ring true to the band's poetic roots, even in the few tracks with more direct lyrics like Discoteque and Not Funny. The band is trading in some of its gloomy post-punk sound for a more mature sound and for more elaborate songwriting. However, the outcome does not compromise on their signature sound. So apart from like 2 tracks that I didn't really care for, I thought this was a very good album and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this album. Comments, liking, subscribing, the Holy Trinity. I don't want to talk about notifications. I just don't want to be annoying. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. I do very much get, oh yeah, I need to look up how to pronounce Dave. Is it Gahan? I've never actually had to say his name, like in real life. Is it Gahan? Gahan? Gone. Gone. But the H is like so fast. How am I gonna say the H that fast? I can't do that. Gahan.